So she was born and everything seemed normal, or no, she came out very like no movement. And we ended up getting the PKU screening came back. It told us that she had SMA, gave her 14 months to live, but there's a treatment out there. $2.1 million. Experimental. Yeah. We didn't have time. It's a race against time, so we didn't have time to research it. So it came back that, okay, we were able to get it. She, at that time, was the quickest baby in Kansas City area to get this treatment. And we were blown away by the timing because we didn't have insurance, so that was a whole big thing.
Our insurance wouldn't cover that.
Yeah, so treatment. He was on the phone for like 2 weeks straight trying to get this all covered because, again...
With a newborn.
Yeah, with a newborn. Mm-hmm. So it was like the next day I'm going to doctor's appointments, not... wanting to bask in this like glory of a baby, and then it's like, no, it's all like, okay, we gotta hit the ground running. So fast forward, she
so just in the meantime, she's basically, when she comes out, she looks paralyzed, and so they tell us it's kind of like floppy baby syndrome, and so we're like, what? And then trying to figure out, and then we got the diagnosis, and so the whole time we're like kind of don't know what to do with her in this, but we just know that she has very, very little movement. It just kind of looks like she's paralyzed. So it's like you're raising, taking care of a baby doll, basically. Is helping their arm and their leg, and they're not, and just, it's kind of wild, in the beginning. You just don't really, it's not what we imagined, honestly, coming into it. And so.
Yeah, it's a journey of grief, and it's like carrying a lot of emotions at the same time and being okay with that, like wishing for something and then grieving. And so in the midst of all of that, it's like, okay, where's the hope? Like, where is this going? What's her life gonna look like?
Yeah.
And then we came across our therapist. So we had home PT through First Steps. And she told us about Variety KC because we were looking at ways like how could we get her moving by herself to get that independence, but there's no way she can go from a sitting to a standing, and she wasn't really weight bearing much. And so the therapist told us about you guys, and that's how we came in contact with the system, the harness system. And but it's $5,000. Like, there's no way we can afford that. And so that's when we applied to Variety KC for the harness system and got it. And it's just been amazing and life-changing for her. She gets to dance with Daddy.
We use it like every day. Like, she'll come, like she'll wake up some mornings and look at me and she'll be like, I want to dance. And so then I'll be like, okay, so I'll get it out and we'll put her in the little harness system, and she just like goes to town, like all around her room. We have everything kind of set up for her so she can play with all of her toys and
freedom of movement to do whatever and to be a little girl.
Yeah.
She's got her little Spotify playlist and put the little iPad up, and she goes through the songs, and so she knows what song she wants to play each time, and so then so like the first thing is like the understanding that like, yeah, like our life is going to look a little different, and it's not going to look like you've always dreamed, like, fleeting thoughts of what you thought your future would look like. It's going to look a little different. But at the same time, so that's one. So the second fold is that's okay. Like you find the gold, you find the silver lining. There are communities of people that I didn't even know existed that also deal with the very similar challenges, and they're beautiful people. And we would have never met or been a part of certain groups or had experiences without Eiley's condition. And it's beautiful in its own right. And it's different. Like I said, it's different, but it's beautiful. And it's not over. There's like because of places like Variety, that they're like I said, there are playgrounds, there's ballets, life isn't over. You can still experience. There's therapies that are amazing. There are little schools. There, like Kansas City's amazing when it comes down to the people, the communities, the opportunities, and so it's like, so there's so much hope, I think, in Kansas City for that.
I would say that you are your best advocate for your child. And so you're going to be going to a lot of doctor's appointments, and especially if it's a rare genetic disorder, you're not going they're not going to have all the information there. You're going to have to like research a lot too. And so I would say like, if they're telling you something, like for us, it was our daughter, she's never going to be able to walk. I personally, I don't just stop there just because a professional tells you something. Like, seek out like other parents that you trust who have done it. Like, there was a daughter, her daughter ended up walking at 2, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna fight for this. And so it honestly changed the way we made decisions from that point on. And so it's like we sought out the therapies, we sought out ways that we could get her moving in unique ways, like the harness system or like just therapies. And so I would say listen to your gut, because your gut knows whether you want to go a certain direction with your child or not, and stay true to that, because you're going to get a lot of information and a lot of input. And so I would just say, no, you know your kid the most, and so even better than the doctors. And so yeah.